You might know that your marriage is struggling, but just how bad is it really? In John Gottman's book, The 7 Principles of Making Marriage Work, he identifies 6 core dynamics he has found to predict divorce with a high degree of certainty. Let's take a brief look at each one. First, harsh startup is when interactions between spouses tend to begin on a negative note of criticism or sarcasm. Gottman has found that 96% of the time he can predict the outcome of a conversation based on the way the first 3 minutes kicks things off. If you tend to get off to a rocky start with your spouse, you're more likely to end there as well. Second, the presence of the Four Horsemen: criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. We covered these in a separate video, but suffice it to say that when challenges become opportunities to launch attacks on one another's character, rather than calmly addressing specific behaviors, relationships become severely strained. Third, flooding. Flooding is an emotional response that is so intense that we feel provoked and even shell-shocked. When we feel like our circuits are overloaded with negativity, we tend to shut down, withdraw, and become avoidant. Flooding is not only unhealthy for people as individuals, but it erodes connections between partners. Fourth, physical stress. A close cousin to flooding, we can often feel negative interactions with our spouse impacting us physically, raising our heart rate and blood pressure, causing us to go into a fight or flight response. Perhaps unsurprisingly, men tend to feel this more acutely because they are biologically wired to respond to stress in a highly physical way. Fifth, failed repair attempts. Are couples able to take a break, settle down, and reinitiate calm conversation? Or do repair attempts continue to stir up trouble? When couples cannot establish a pattern of reconciliation, problems get worse, and so does emotional withdrawal and distancing. Sixth, bad memories. This final dynamic is characterized by the well of memories being poisoned so much that the spouses struggle to recollect anything positive. The memories they most easily retrieve are tainted with struggle, pain, and grief. When one or both spouses have recast the narrative of their whole relationship in a negative light, hope is almost lost. Gottman finishes his observations by noting that these dynamics are usually followed by the death knell of the couple acknowledging their problems as severe, losing hope and continuing to dialogue, living parallel lives, and experiencing loneliness and isolation. If any of these things sound familiar to you, all hope may not be lost, but without serious mutual intervention, the probability of divorce is very high.